Hey guys, what is your power base and why should you care? So your power base numbers are a really good way for you to measure the health of your database. You see, in real estate, our database is generating the vast majority of our sales, right? So we know that. That's been studied over and over and over again. So when we look at these numbers, we should say, okay, let's look at some math around this because the path is in the math. And here we go. So if we have, let's say, a database of 200 people, what should that be generating in terms of transactions? Well, it's a really easy ratio. It's a 10-to-1 ratio. So for every 10 people in your database, it should generate, a sale. So that's in a 200-person database, that would be 20 transactions. But that's just giving you some generalized numbers. Let's make it a real number for you personally. And that's going to be your power-based number, your personal power-based number. Now, how do I do that? I just take my number of transactions that I've closed over the last 12 months and divide it into my number of total database people, right? So let's assume that we go back to that person that's got 200 people in their database, but they've only closed 10 transactions. If I take the 200 divided by 10, what does that give me? 20. That means for every 20 people, I'm averaging one closed transaction. That's a terrible number because we know the number should be closer to 10. But maybe I'm doing much better. Maybe I'm closing 25 transactions, and now my number's closer to 7 or 8, right? So when we look at these numbers, it's going to be very telling about the health of our database. And if we find that it's unhealthy, it's probably not the database that's unhealthy. It's our contact. It's the quality of our messaging. It's the quality of how the people we're putting in and taking out and how we're managing our database overall. So really the work as the farmer here, as the gardener, as the person managing the database falls on our shoulders, but we need to measure our performance. The biggest mistake agents make is they just shovel ideas and shovel stuff at their database. Some things work, some things don't, but they never measure anything and they never get better. We need to start getting better. So let's start this year by measuring our power base at this time, right now. Write it down somewhere, set a goal for where you want to get to by the end of the next 12 months and start monitoring that. And then 12 months from now, I want you to take another hard look at it and say, where's my power base? Did I improve? Did I get to at least a 10 or did I get better than 10? If you get it better than 10, you're crushing it. I have one of my students that's got it down to 6.75. So for every 6.75 people in her database, she's averaging one closed transaction, crushing it, right? So we could aspire to that. Maybe we could get our number to 6 or 7. So there's a great exercise for you. A great thing to think about is managing your power base number so you can improve your business model. Have a great day. Good selling.